Two sports comebacks from different backgrounds are going to fight in September. The verbal agreement was exchanged between boxing bad boy Ryan Garcia and MMA's rising star Dan Ige. This all started with Dan Ige, who was recently the talk of the town because of his courage in accepting this fight on short notice. Dana White called Ige an absolute stud and praised him for taking the challenge.
Here we are. This is a shit legend debate over right here. Both of these guys accepted the fight on short notice, and probably fucking sitting on the couch ordering the fight when he got the call. You know, for him to jump up, be ready, fucking run down here, weigh in, and want to take this fight. He came in all fired up too, man. It's all about opportunities, and this kid jumped up and took it. Who's hotter than Lopez right now, right? And even though he's ranked above him, he gets the opportunity to fight him in the co-main event on International Fight Week. There would have been no other option. I mean, that was it. This kid's in shape. All of his medicals are done. They jumped at the opportunity to take it. They wanted this fight.
As you see, Ige stepped in to fight against Diego Lopez on short notice at UFC 303. He played well and showed his fighting spirit with good leg movement, but unfortunately lost by a unanimous decision. Now he is back in the headlines by challenging Ryan Garcia for no takedown, which is not allowed in boxing but is a part of UFC fights. He also emphasized skipping the weigh-in, another key UFC tradition. These twists make this potential fight an epic event to come for boxing fans. The current CEO and president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, has shown interest in this potential matchup. Here's what he said exactly.
They both got done and said, hey, we'd like to fight at the Sphere. Do you think that's something you can do for both those guys and put them on that card after what they did tonight?
I do. I'll do anything for these guys. So, yeah.
In a surprising turn of events, UFC featherweight Dan Ige seems to be calling out Ryan Garcia for a fight. After losing a fight against Diego Lopez via unanimous decision, he wants to have a fight at the upcoming UFC Sphere event in September. This is what he posted: fighting at Ryan Garcia at the Sphere. No weigh-in, no takedowns. To this, Ryan Garcia responded, "Heard a UFC fighter call me out to fight at the Sphere. Whenever you want. I don't give a f." Ige replied to this tweet mockingly and wrote, "Uncle at Dana White is gonna give you a call. Pick up." This exchange of tweets sparks rumors of a potential matchup between these two champions. This cross-combat clash between the fighters of UFC and boxing creates buzz around the MMA world. As Ige declared in his post, the fight is going to happen under a potentially modified rule set, making everyone interested to know what will happen next. Khalil Roundtree, another UFC fighter competing in the light heavyweight division, also gave his opinion while talking to Give Me Sport. He acknowledged the challenges a boxer can face in the UFC fight and appreciated the boxer's instincts as a fighter. He stated, "I think adding kicks and takedowns, it's another element. When you have a high-level boxer and they've been doing this and they know how to fight, their instincts are reactive to boxing." Garcia himself is nowadays a controversial star on social media and recently secured a win over Devin Haney, which was later declared a no contest due to his drug test failure. This undeniable fighter has been suspended for 1 year due to the test failure and has expressed his interest in stepping into the UFC octagon. On June 20th, he posted on his X account, "I'm headed to the UFC." He was previously in talks with UFC bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley for a potential crossover fight and even confronted him in one of the podcasts stating, "I will kill you." Here's what more he said to him.
Let's be real though, I whip your ass in MMA and boxing. Let's be real.
If you want
The nice talk, bro. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna kill you.
no. But listen,
I'm gonna murder you, and then I'm gonna rip off your tattoos out of your face.
I could kill you.
I could kill you and rip off your beard and feed it to your mouth.
No, literally.
I will literally feed your beard to your mouth.
See, you're all talk though. That's all.
I'm on talk. I'm on ostrich.
Ask Jake, ask Jasper who they think wins in a real fight. Ask them.
But for some reason, that fight didn't materialize, and at the same time, Dan Ige jumped in and offered Garcia a fight. This offer made everyone curious and raised the biggest question about the possibility of a fight. While fans are interested in seeing this match, both fighters also seem very invested in this potential matchup. Dan Ige seemed hungry for a win after his fight, and Garcia seemed open to this idea due to his 1-year ban. Despite the ban and controversies, this fight is expected expected to happen in September. However, Ryan's health is questionable nowadays because he's been going through a hard time. His mother was recently diagnosed with cancer, and he is under fire due to his drug failure. Ryan's father was seen in an interview with Fight Hub TV. While talking to them, he showed his concerns about his son's well-being and clarified that they are taking steps to fight against these current challenges. He also mentioned that he didn't talk to him much and talked more about his love for his mother. This is what he exactly said: "I haven't spoken to Ryan in a long time. He speaks to his mother more than me, but it's okay. He'll call me when he wants to." He even clarified his limited communication with his son. He's out there. He's 25 years old. He went on to mention that age is a major factor that doesn't let young people stay connected with their parents. "I know when I was 25, I wouldn't call my parents until I needed them, so I guess that's the moment he'll call me, when he needs me." He concluded his statement by saying this: "He did say something to his mother, and I was around when he said it." In the same interview, he shared his concerns regarding Ryan's drinking, which is an alarming situation after the ban. He emphasized the solution Ryan needed. Here's what he said.
What I'm seeing is that I would love for him to get some type of therapy when it comes to his drinking. You know, I mean, I'm being real. You know, he says he can control it. Well, I hope he can. But if he doesn't, that's what I'm talking about. Get that therapy so that he can stop.
While talking about his concerns regarding Ryan's drinking during the fight week against Devin Haney and even continuing to drink and party after getting banned, Ryan, who has been arrested allegedly and is going through some serious public controversies, came forward and reacted to his father's remark about his drinking. He wrote on his ex, "I don't even drink anymore. My dad doesn't know what he is talking about. I literally was just talking to him, and he has apologized." Ryan Garcia also mentioned that he's trying to leave the bad habit of drinking in his last month's tweet. He wrote, "I don't even drink as much anymore." He shared his intentions behind moving towards a better life. "I've been changing my life for my mom and my family." He also called out the people who are making fun of his situation and criticizing him in his tough days. "And y'all judge me, leave me alone." While Ryan responded to his father's concerns and highlighted his apologies, his father also seemed to defend his son against the harsh criticism Ryan is facing after testing positive for drugs. He stated, "I'm pretty bummed out about everyone attacking him and saying he did something on purpose, which it wasn't. It was just a contamination of a supplement." The interviewer also asked his views about the suspension, to which he replied straightforwardly. He mentioned other boxers and called the Athletic Commission unfair. This is what he said.
In terms of what happened with the suspension, what's your reaction to it and what happened?
I think it's a little unfair, you know. Canelo did his clenbuterol, which was only 6 months. That girl, Jones, I think, she didn't do so much. Remember? And then there's another person, Sean O'Malley, you know, did, I think, Osirine as well. So they didn't overturn the things that they did to them like they did to Ryan. That was shocking. That's why Ryan's bummed out. Because it's like, why did they do it to him so, you know, drastically? You know, fines, suspension months, what else? $1 million payoffs. I mean, it's like, is this going to keep on or what? I mean, because he has money? I mean, it's not right. And I think the New York State Athletic Commission is wrong, but it is what it is. We have to accept and just move forward.
At the same time, he emphasized that Ryan would reach out to him when he was ready and also seemed to hold his hopes onto Ryan. Not only his father, but Ryan's brother Sean was also asked about his controversy regarding the positive test failure.
What went on there? What you think went on there?
I instantly, I was like, there's no way. And I still know that there's no way that's possible. Ryan did not cheat. I know that for a fact. He's not a cheater. I don't know too much about the situation. I don't really dig into it that much. I can't speak on it too much. But I will say that I don't believe it. Just like a lot of you guys would not believe it, I don't believe it.
Upon asking about proving his innocence, he said, "Yeah, he will prove his innocence. I mean, they already did the damage. They already suspended him for a year, so the damage is already done. He'll be back." Before this, Sean also seemed to ask for prayers for his brother on Instagram. He said, "Look, please don't give up on Ryan and pray for him. He's a great man, just under a lot of pressure." This happened when Ryan Garcia created a wave on social media with this statement: "We got him, boys. Ryan Garcia, rip 666. Video is exactly 666 in time. We told you we were coming, ha ha ha. All this made his fans concerned about his mental health, and they really wanted to know more about the details. Seeing this wave regarding his health forced his brother Sean to come forward and ask for prayers. He also shared the details and said, "For everyone asking me about my brother Ryan, I'm sorry I can't tell you guys if he's okay or not." He highlighted his love for his brother, but at the same time mentioned the privacy and the type of bond they both have. "I love my brother with all my heart, but I do not condone what he's doing. I have my own life and he does what he does with his." He also declared his true intentions towards his career. "My next fight, I will be fighting Kamada Vargas." And then he ended his statement by asking for prayers as mentioned earlier. Apart from his brother, his ex-wife also showed her concerns about Garcia's mental health. She shared a story on her Instagram and called Ryan's mental health a serious matter. She wrote, "If all my followers who are believers, can you please pray for Ryan? He may seem fine, but he is not." She also highlighted her genuine concerns about Ryan Garcia. "This is not a troll. I'm genuinely concerned, and so are all his family members. We are not part of any of this and want him to get better, but this is real. Pray for him." However, his legal team issued a statement to WBN and declared him positive for osterine contamination. This is the statement they issued. The test results from samples of 2 supplements declared by Ryan Garcia on VADE doping control forms signed on April 19th and 20th have returned positive for osterine contamination. Also, the confidential test reports declared the source of this substance. They hinted at 2 NutraBio branded supplements. This statement put NutraBio under fire, but they denied the presence of osterine. They emphasized that no osterine was found in their products after their own testing. The CEO, Mark Glazier, also came forward and pointed out Garcia's claim. He said, "On any express or implied statements suggesting that our product contained osterine when it was sold are completely unfounded. As you have witnessed, he was under fire because of his mental health, his drug failure test, and other controversies." All these events forced analysts to come forward and talk about the situation, where they seemed to talk down upon him, fighters especially seemed to backfire at him. However, Garcia defended himself and called everyone else a liar. "Everybody knows that I don't cheat, never taken steroids. I don't even know where to get steroids. I barely take supplements. Big lies." As soon as this controversy appeared, Claressa Shields also jumped in and showed the offensive messages sent by Garcia to her, where he was insulting Shields and her mother. "I'm saying you said my mom didn't get cancer, crackhead. Are you an idiot? Dumb as crackhead, read B screenshot." Later on, Garcia admitted that he sent these messages. All this chaos happened after the fight. It was observed that Ryan Garcia was not in good health before he entered the ring. Even his father admitted this while speaking with former welterweight champion Shane Mosley. He said, "He seemed comfortable, Shane, but he wasn't in shape. My son wasn't in shape at 100% for Devin." He pointed out his last fight and acknowledged that he was in better condition while fighting Oscar. "I feel really bad, but I mean, I have to be honest. My son was in better shape with Oscar Duarte than he was against Devin Haney. If you look at my son fighting Devin Haney, he only fought in spurts. He wasn't consistent. He would fight and then he would slow down." As you have noticed, people are reacting differently to Ryan Garcia's controversies, but Dana White has publicly defended him after he got banned by the Athletic Commission. He seemed to say that Ryan is not a cheater in most of his interviews, and even expressed his disappointment regarding the suspension. Like Garcia's father, he called the suspension unfair and Ryan Garcia innocent. In one of his interviews, he explained his opinion regarding testing and his views about Ryan in these words.
Well, first of all, none of that is any of my business. You know what I mean? It's not my card, it's not my whatever. But I think that with all, I hate talking about drug testing, but with all of our knowledge that we have in the years that we've been drug testing, we believe the people who handle the drug testing that he had he took a tainted supplement and that he did not cheat. If he had the right people around him and had the right, that wouldn't have happened. We're pretty confident it was a tainted supplement. I got no skin in this game. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's not my fight. It's none of my business and not my place to even talk about it. But from what my team tells me, and these guys are the best, tainted supplement.
He not only supported him, but also declared that he's open to having Garcia in the UFC. Garcia himself asked White to hit me up in his tweets. After the news about the fight between Ryan Garcia and Dan Ige surfaced on the internet, he tweeted, "I'm excited for my first fight in UFC." The videos clearly showed that he got an answer to his tweet in a very warm manner by Dana White, who repeatedly claimed that Garcia should not be considered a cheater, and to back his point, he provided him an opportunity in the UFC. In the tweet, he seemed to be switching towards the UFC fight. He wrote, "I'm headed to the UFC. Dana White, I want my 50 G's, $50,000. For real, Dana White hit me up." In the same tweet, he tried to prove his innocence and called out the people who were criticizing him. "I really hope boxing is good without me. I fought everyone and was willing to. They have turned their back on me." He ended his tweet by backing himself up with a very strong statement. "I'm innocent. I stand by that. I don't care what everyone says. Gun to my head, I say I didn't take PEDs." Ryan's opponent Haney also tweeted upon seeing his suspension. He expressed his emotions and called Ryan Garcia for a rematch after the ban was lifted. He posted on his X account, "No BS though, I'm happy it wasn't a DQ because I wouldn't want to win like that. Once this suspension is over at Ryan Garcia, let's run it back. Clean on an even playing field. Biggest fight in boxing." All this made Garcia take a twist in his boxing career and join the UFC. When Ryan Garcia seemed to be switching towards the UFC, his 3-year-old intentions regarding retirement were revealed, which he shared on a podcast with UFC veteran Ben Askren. He stated, "I've always said I'm gonna retire at 26. Everybody looks at me crazy, right? Yeah, but I'm doing it to go into the MMA ring." As he's 25 years old and he called 26 an age of retirement for himself, now he seems to be headed towards the UFC. All this made his fans and even the boxing world curious about what step he would take and how all these controversies would unfold. Will Ryan Garcia be able to prove his innocence in boxing and his skills in UFC?